with this, obviously, Losi thing here, I wanted to scan that quick start thing right there. So it takes it to Horizon Hobby. And it says, oops, we can't find the page you're looking for. That's terrible. They're going to fix that. They're going to fix that. The quick start guide goes to oops.
So we won't revert.
Right. I have a slight suspicion that quite possibly Losi or Horizon Hobby grossly underestimated the desire that people are going to have for this Losi Pro Moto MX. First run. Experience level, 0. Alright, I'm going to take the stand anyway. Or I'll leave it.
Ashley, they're running it.
Ashley, she's gonna want Ashley to miss out.
Being in the store, realizing the crowd that this RC was drawing was absolutely amazing. People were just flocking to it, waiting and watching to be able to take this thing out and figure out what's going on and what the hype is with this Losi Pro Moto MX.
Put it in a crack. Put it in a crack, yeah. They get a crack right there.
You can put it on the dirt.
Hey, Jeremy, put it right here. It's probably softer right here because it's been in the sun. See what happens.
Look, right there. 2 cracks.
Yeah, you can spread it open too.
Put them in the crack.
So you don't have to have it upright. The whole point is just to let it connect. You can hear it connecting right now. 4 lights, it's ready to go. Turn on the flywheel. Doesn't have to be in an upright position. Literally could start it off right now once that flywheel is up and running at 22,000 RPM. It's all spooled up and ready to go.
You must be in wheelie mode?
No, I think it's in just that full power mode. So it looks like the trim is slightly off.
You've definitely got to give yourself some time to get familiar with the remote because you're watching the RC running on 2 wheels.
Yep. So that is something that's a little rough, is figuring out the trim, because you have to take your eyes off to see where the trim is. So we've got steering sub trim, front brake, so it must be the steering sub trim. The bike should be able to pick up from itself, right, just the way it is, laying over. There we go. So just adjusting that sub trim. Looks like it's pretty straight now.
Yeah, that's fine. Is it, yo, can I use a 60C battery or the 50C? Okay, cool. Yes, I see him. Alright.
Can it pick up by itself?
I don't think when it's like that, it won't.
This is what I call the walk of shame, I think, as it's commonly known.
All right, so we are in mode 1, which allows it to be able to pop a wheelie kind of like out of control.
That isn't completely accurate, but close enough.
The only thing I don't like is the fact that the poor guy is grinding. Oh yeah, look at that. Grinded his elbow.
So here's the deal. That's where I am going to be this guy. So Losi knows that technically this is going to happen. And why is that? Well, because if this is the third iteration of this bike, you can't tell me that they haven't had this thing on pavement. So you definitely are going to be investing some money in some clothes, or if you're smart, really, if you're smart, you'll take it easy when you're on pavement. Maybe get some elbow protection or some kind of something on there before you go ahead and pull full trigger.
Pretty stable, look at that. Slow speed. Just barely touching the wheels.
The smart technology in this thing and the effect that the gyro has over the control of this RC is just amazing.
So you can switch modes on the fly. So right now I'm going to go ahead and switch it into that mode 2 so you can hear it. Wheelie mode was 3, right? Wheelie mode was 3? So now we're in wheelie mode.
So what wheelie mode means is that I can pull full trigger once I'm straight, and the smart technology just takes over.
That is a riot. Dude, look at that. That's insane. This thing needs a GoPro on it. Look at that. That wheelie mode's pretty crazy. So right away what you can see, those elbow guards are pretty important. Look what happened to his jersey already.
Yeah.
From that one landing.
And his helmet.
Look at his jersey.
So you're going to be 3D printing?
Yeah, we're gonna have to 3D print some elbow guards here.
We'll have them here right at Hobby Quarters.
Exactly.
Exclusive.
All right, so now we're in mode 2. Mode 2 was street. Mode 1 was off-road. So let's see.
It's not going to make a difference what mode you're in. When you're dealing with wood chips, training wheels don't help.
All right, so in the wood chips, it's going to be rough because in the wood chips, obviously what happens is those wheels get stuck or hung up, but we'll get a couple of jumps with this thing. So you can see, obviously what happens is the wheel gets stuck or hung up.
Now, Jeremy doesn't care whether if I, pull that full trigger, get some of that excitement going. The thing is my conscience doesn't allow. But what I will say, I'm going to slow down this jump right here because this is what I wanted to see, the suspension actually working. When you slow down the footage and you actually get to see something work, it's pretty incredible.
Yep. So in the wood chips, it's going to be rough. In dirt, this thing is probably mint. Get these rocks out of here. Wow. You know what's funny? Picking it up, you have the tendency to want to pick up the guy. Look at the AVC that's happening. As I'm turning, look at the steering. Whoa! All right, let's get it out here. Amazing that it stays up. Definitely a different way to drive.
And you can see I'm not kidding concerning that because there's just about zero concerning air control.
Ah, I like the wheelie mode.
So let's see. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Wheelie mode. As long as you give it some power. You know what? The wheelie mode is incredible.
You figure out the lean adjustment?
I have not messed with that yet. So right now we're about half. So if I turn it off, so right now technically that AVC or assisted is at its minimal. Ooh, that sounded like a hit.
You can do that all day.
That's incredible. So now I'm going to take that adjustment and crank it all the way up and see what happens.
You see, in my mind, when I was thinking that wheelie mode or the throttle or whatever would have been affected by that lean mode, which is that dial that I messed with, but it actually doesn't.
So that doesn't seem to be affecting wheelie mode.
But what it does affect is it affects the lean.
In wheelie mode?
Can you come straight down here first and Willie straight towards my camera?
You can hear how much that wheel on that turn was grinding the pavement.
It was getting a little bit of that wig-wag.
So is that turned up?
And it was cranked all the way up.
So
it was getting the
that's what
wig-wag.
AVC does.
The AVC, yep.
Keep in mind what I said at the beginning of the video.
That's all the way off.
We're dealing with 0 experience level. So, this is just the out-of-the-box experience.
So I don't want to be a hog here.
No, you're doing good. I got...
The slow speed operation is pretty cool. It's amazing how slow you can actually go.
Doesn't like the tall wood.
Yeah, the wood chips, it's rough.
Scrape that out of there.
Yep.
See, the funny thing is when you walk over to it, you don't know where you want to grab it.
The wheelie's incredible. Makes you feel like you're the skilled driver.
Imagine some slicks on this thing out here.
Who's next?
Yeah, I know. People are starting to say, hey, you know what? This is just because it's a brand new RC and that's why you're all amped up about it. You may think you're right. I slightly suspect for myself that it's a little bit different story. It is something that is totally different. Pushing the limits of how I drive and maybe how I think I might want to drive. The skill level that's required in actually driving this thing, it's just different. And sometimes that is what you need. It's kind of like what I said. It's definitely not an RC that's a 4-door RC. It's 2 wheels. It's not a 4-wheel, and it's not your average grocery getter. So, modifying this thing, messing around with it, playing it, taking it to a bunch of places, that may all be just a lasting thing. We'll see. Is it just going to be the next shelf queen? Somehow, I kind of doubt that. This is RC Guy Garage, and hopefully you've enjoyed the content that you've seen on the new Losi Pro Moto MX. And I gotta tell you right now, I am thoroughly enjoying this RC. What about you? Are you on board, or are you still a skeptic? Let me know. Leave a comment down below.
I really want to hear people's input. I really want to know what you think you've seen with all these videos, and hey, if you think I'm doing a good job with the content on this, let me know, man. Thanks.